Hey everybody, it's John Brewer here, South Florida's restaurant guy. I want to do a piece about how much does it cost to open up a restaurant. So you want to open up a restaurant, I get it, it's very sexy. Bar, restaurants, food, people, dancing, hanging out, having a good time. You built the place that making them do that. It's a very, very attractive thing, but know what you're getting into before you do it. The median cost to open a restaurant is about $275,000. That's just over $250,000 before you even open the doors. Can it be done for less? Yes, I wouldn't budget anything less for $125,000, and that's if you get a second-gen restaurant space. We'll get into that in a little bit. The average high cost is just over $500,000. I was part of a team that opened up a restaurant in Delray Beach here, where I'm from, and went into an old historic building, and by the time we were done, it was over $500,000, so easily done. Average cost, about $425 if you're looking to do a restaurant. Now, another number that you might want to use if you're just playing around and you're not quite sure yet, when you're thinking about square footage and what the cost would be, I would plan on using 450, something in that zone there, $400 per square foot, so 1,000 square feet, $400,000. Just to give you an idea of what you're looking at. But anywhere from 100 to 800 really is what you're looking at, depending on your concept, what's in the existing space. But these are numbers you definitely want to work out. I've seen this happen before. Restaurateurs get up to the finish line and they just don't have money enough to open up. So you've spent all this money, you've done all this build out, and before you even get the doors done, you're closed down. So we're talking about everything here: furnitures, fixtures, equipment. We're talking about all the stuff that you may want to do. Now, you're also going to have to assemble a team. You're not going to be able to do it by yourself. Don't try to do it by yourself. Work on the menu, work on the service, work on all those things. Let professionals handle the rest. Who do I mean? Well, you're going to need, consider a marketing firm. Maybe you can get away without it, but most people would want to use a marketing firm, especially with today's social media. Either that or, I've seen some restaurants give that responsibility to the general manager. Understand the general manager has a lot of work to do anyway, you may not want to put this on their plate unless they really are. I was into it. I liked it. So general construction contractors, architects, accountants. So when you go in there, you're going to need someone to draw the space. You're going to need somebody to figure out the space. Someone's going to have to go get all the permits. You don't want to do that by yourself. You're asking for trouble. Same thing with general contractors. You want a good contractor that can orchestrate everybody while you work on the details of the menu and service and all those good things. You're going to need accountants to figure out and do the bean counting for you. You're going to need attorneys to draw up leases, help you get permits, things of that nature. And you're going to need a real estate agent, which is where I come in. I specialize in second-gen space. What is second-gen space? Let's get into it. Second-gen space is a restaurant that's already been done. Okay, so it's somebody who was there and failed for whatever reason. Maybe they retired. Maybe they cashed out. Maybe you're buying the business. There could be a number of factors. The main thing is the impact fees have been paid. What are impact fees? You can check my videos over here, over there. I've got videos here that explain impact fees. In short, they're fees that the municipality is going to charge you for stressing out their utilities. What do I mean? You're going to be pulling a lot more electric there. You're going to be putting more impact on the environment, and municipalities want to get paid. You're going to need to put in a grease trap or have a grease trap in there unless you're doing subs or sandwiches or salads that don't require any cooking or any runoff. But even now I've heard like cities like Fort Lauderdale, I'm in South Florida, they don't even care anymore. Food, you got to have a grease trap. So that's about $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 that you can save. What else? Bathrooms, ADA compliant bathrooms that are already built out are a plus. You're talking about 60, 70, 80 grand right there potentially to build out a bathroom. Also, you've got hoods in the kitchen. Maybe you can get some kitchen equipment out of it. Always want to check that stuff out. Same thing with the HVAC. That's what we do when we go into a space. So as you can see, you add these up and you've got a considerable amount of savings going into there. What are you looking for? What are you going to pay? Location. You want to go in a location that's not tried and true, or it's a little off the fringe, you're going to pay less. Is that worth it or not? That's one of the balancing acts that you have to do and you should think about beforehand. You want to be on the corner of 3rd and 3rd or Main and Main. It's going to cost you. Excuse me. Another one, interior finishes and equipment. Okay, so you're going to need equipment. Your stoves, there's going to be a 6-burner. Your bar setup. You're going to need 3-compartment sinks. You're going to need fryers. You're going to need coolers. You're going to need permanent coolers, and you're going to need line coolers. There's a lot of stuff that goes into there. You're talking anywhere from 20 grand all the way up to $400,000. You're going to have pre-opening expenses. Training programs. You're going to be paying people before you open the doors. Why? Because you have to train them on the menu. You can't just put people out there and expect them to grab everything. You're going to have to spend money on marketing. Maybe you won't. Probably should. Maybe you want to do the marketing yourself. Posting, it can be done, but you're also, you may want to give that to somebody else. You're going to need reserve funds. No matter how great your concept is, no matter how awesome you think it's going to be, no matter how much pre-work you've done, you're still going to need about 6 months worth of capital to have on hand in case things don't go your way. Then you've got exterior finishes, you've got signage, you've got lighting, you've got the outside. You want to make the outside make it match the inside. We've got a restaurant around here that doesn't do well. The only reason why it doesn't do well, food's amazing. It's just the outside is not very inviting, and they haven't put much money into it. Organizational development costs. What am I talking about here? The dreaded licenses and permits. You're going to need a liquor license if you're going to serve booze and you're not over a certain amount of food that's being served. COP4 in this South Florida is probably worth about 150. You can buy them. They're worth about 200 if you want to sell them because there's only a limited amount that are available. So you got to consider those things as well. You're going to get whacked on taxes. You're going to get whacked on licenses. You're going to get whacked on permits, and there's no negotiating for that. So you're going to, you may want to use a consultant. You may want to have somebody that kind of understands this and has been through it before. And the last one you're going to need is technology. The one thing that's happening now is you're not going to see POS systems that are out there. The terminal is going to be dead. And, people nowadays, they don't want you to walk off with their credit card. They want to see you just swipe the credit card right at the table. I know that I feel more secure when that happens. But the main point is, understand where you want to be, your location, understand what you're serving, do a business plan. I've also got a video here on how to do a business plan to understand who's your market, who's not your market. These are all questions you need to ask before you even start looking for a space. Because when you look for a space, there needs to be little filters going on in your head. And as a real estate agent, I want to know this before we go out there. Otherwise, it's a waste of time for everybody. How much can you pay? How much do you think revenue you can do? How much is your food cost? How much is your labor? What's going to differentiate you? I'm going to do another one on mission statements, but basically those are the ideas. You got to get the juices flowing. Too many people I see come around and they want to open up a restaurant, and I hate to say it, but they're a little half-assed about it. You got to know exactly what you're doing. You got to have experience. You got to have the know-how, and you got to put people around you that are going to help you to get what you need to get. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, throw it down there. Like the video if you would, please, and subscribe and ring the bell. So I try to put one of these out every week, and when I do, you will be the first one to know. Thanks a lot. Appreciate your time. Best of luck, man. There's no better feeling than sitting in a restaurant and everything's running right, everything's humming, the bars, drinks are flowing, and you look at the kitchen and people having fun. And it's very action-packed and frenetic, and you see people laughing and clinking glasses and having a great time, and you kind of can take a little pride knowing that you were part of what put that together. So best of luck to you, man. Anybody who gets into the restaurant business has my undying respect. If I can help you and you're in South Florida, don't hesitate. John Brewer with Native Realty, South Florida's restaurant guy. Have a fantastic day. Take care.